Welcome, Scorpio. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for April the 4th to the 10th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we get to the energy of the cards, which I'm dying to get into because they just look fabulous for you, thank you. Thank you so much for all the beautiful, supportive, loving energy that you send my way each and every day. Truly, thank you so, so much. Now, let's get to you. We start with the Eight of Cups. Okay, and this is a new expansive path opening up to you. Okay, now when I use this deck, I think creative because I always see that violin that she holds. So it's tapping into what you do well, what gives you passion, what you are good at doing, your abilities, your talents. Now, it may mean leaving something behind that has given you security in the past or given you a sense of security or fulfillment or happiness or love. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you are closing that door forever, although we do have the Wheel of Fortune right next to it, so maybe I won't say that too loudly. Because usually how I look at this card, it's the young child that grows to adulthood and is now leaving the parental nest, right? The parental home. So obviously they are leaving the structure behind. They are leaving, you know, coming home to their parents who I would hope love them to no end, and they're setting out on their own adventure to become more independent, to go after their dreams, to create their world for themselves. So, it can change that way, okay, when it's this card. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are ending a relationship or walking away from something, although we do have the Wheel of Fortune here. Now, the Wheel of Fortune, weirdly enough, for the first three readings, so Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, it all showed up. This card showed up three times straight in the overall energy. Okay, you have it as your second card. So it's still a very strong presence that you will be closing some doors in order for new doors to open in your life this week. We have the Four of Cups crossing over. So it's, you really need to have a wisdom and a gratitude of what you already possess in your life that you can build on, that you can lean on. And maybe it's seeing the things that, because I don't really get it as you got to sit down and do a gratitude prayer or name a few things that you were grateful for before going to bed. I don't get that when I pick this card up, which is kind of a rarity for me. Usually that's what I actually gravitate to. It's tapping into your wisdom, tapping into your intuition to understand what is around you, that it clears your perception of what to be grateful for and what isn't really working in your benefit or in your favor, or it's actually weighing you down in some ways. And maybe you think that you should be grateful for that in some way. But I think that you tap into your wisdom this week with very, very much an ease, understanding what certain people bring to your life, certain situations bring to your life, and whether it's good, bad, or ugly, and making determinations about that in your life. So it's gratitude, but it's having the wisdom to understand what truly you need to be grateful for in your life and what you have just been accepting in your life. We have the Queen of Wands as the underlying energy. So this week, I don't think you're going to be making decisions spur of the moment, spontaneously. With or without you realizing it, you're going to be putting a lot of thought and energy into each of your decisions that you make this week. Big decisions, long-term decisions. Okay? She's the quiet one in the deck. She is a beautiful, creative energy, absolutely. But she doesn't move forward until she has all the information, until she's asked the validating questions that she needs to ask in order to have enough information to make a wise choice to go forward. We have the Six of Cups. Now this is your overriding energy. So first of all, before anything else, take pleasure and joy in what brings you pleasure and joy, not somebody else, not what makes everybody else happy around you. Because we have a tendency of doing that in our lives. We want to bring in happiness, so we plan something that's is going to bring a smile to somebody else's face, and therefore you're going to smile because they're happy and you made them happy and you created the moment. It's time to create the moment for yourself this week. Now, this card could also be, so love yourself, okay? Love yourself unconditionally this week. Bring yourself some joy, some happiness. Do things that make you happy, that bring in passion for you, that bring in joy for you. The second part of this card is sometimes your past comes back into your life this week. It could be a person from your past, it could be a situation, or it could be something that resembles something in your past. And it's in order to allow you to understand that moment in the past that much clearer, with a clarity, with an understanding of why you made certain decisions, what those decisions brought you. Would you make the same decision again? Okay, so be aware of things that are kind of deja vu in your life this week, or you think you've been there before, or you've met that person before, or boy, do they ever resemble this person that I used to know. Because it's trying to trigger something about you thinking back to that time and your decisions and what became of your decisions in order for you to increase your knowledge, increase your wisdom to go forward. We have the Hierophant. You know what? Your spirituality, tapping into your intuition, tapping into your wisdom is going to bring in a balance this week for you. So where you are not sure in your life, tap into your spirituality, tap into your intuition, your higher wisdom. You'll know in your gut if it's the right move or it's the wrong move. If it doesn't feel right, chances are this week it is not right. If it feels great, chances are it's very great. We have Temperance. So, about bringing in the balance in our life, understanding what needs to be in our life in order for balance to be in our life. And it's almost like where it is, you're demanding it. So it may be new experiences you need. It may be more traditional experiences that you need. It may be growing relationships stronger, or it may be walking away from relationships. For each one of you, it will be a different experience, but it's all the same. It's to demand the balance that needs to be in your life in order to go forward. And then when we have, as the weekend approaches, a brand new day dawning, okay? So it could be almost like a rebirth for you going into this weekend or possibly next week, but I think it's closer to the weekend. We have a new moon on the 7th. That could possibly trigger it. This card tells me that you are very spiritually connected. So pray, meditate, take some time alone with yourself, your thoughts. Tap into your inner wisdom. Definitely. New day dawning. It's like you take the information that we've got here about moving forward and bringing in balance and having the wisdom for what you really truly need to be grateful for in your life, making some strong choices in your life in order to wake up one morning and see the way forward so clearly. It's like it was there all along and you didn't see it for what it truly was, or you understand now what steps you need to take in order to step into the future you want, what you are trying to create, who you are trying to become. It's with the Lovers. Your passions. Now, this could be a relationship growing even stronger and deeper because of what you've gone through as far as thinking and making decisions in your life this week. It could be embracing your own talents, your own abilities, your own passions, and making a declaration making a declaration on how you are going to go forward. Absolutely. For love, relationships, we have the Knight of Wands. And this is a sense of clarity. Once again, you're looking at the yesterdays of love and the tomorrows of love. The yesterdays of love and what you went through, what lessons you've learned, what wisdom you've gained, and how you want it portrayed going forward. So whether you are in a relationship or not, the message is really the same here. You are looking at the past and understanding why you made certain decisions, why you had certain reactions to things, what you allowed in your life that never really gave you a comfort or a balance, what needs to be in place for a comfort and a balance, what you want to obtain in the future when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to sensuality and passion. Absolutely. For work, career, money, the devil. The devil's been pretty active this week in the reading. Same as the Wheel of Fortune. Very active cards. The Phoenix rising out of the ashes. Now this is where you kind of stand up and you say, I want this in my life. I want to paint. I want to sing. I want to create. I want to build. I want to teach. It's letting those barriers that have held you back from your true passions just dissipate in your life this week. It's, you know, the Nine of Pentacles. It's stepping into your new tomorrow, your new day dawning. Understanding your passions and your dreams and how you can actually go forward in them. Absolutely. And normally I would stop the reading there, but there's a couple, you know, it's all about your balance this week. And so I did want to touch on these other cards. Now I laid down about 22 cards here, okay, just so you know. And for the weekly, I read certain ones, and they're always the same ones. And then for the monthlies, I add in extra ones. And in a personal reading, we would hit every card, obviously. But spirituality is the Four of Wands, okay? It's, now, this is the marriage proposal card, okay? Building your foundations card. And I really think that you're going to be probably making, because we had the Hierophant in here, okay, as a main card, you're going to be building that foundation for your spirituality to take you to the next level of your growth as a person, whether it's career or relationships or stature in the community, whatever it is. Okay, your spirituality plays a large role here in understanding the foundation, the strength of maybe your spiritual practice, of what you believe, of leaning towards your angels and spirit guides, of leaning towards God for answers in order to give you the insight, the wisdom to move forward. And then we have health and well-being. We have the Star card. So, you know, the balance card here and moving forward in new directions, Wheel of Fortune, closing doors, opening up new doors, the Four of Cups, where it's tapping into the wisdom of what to be grateful for. This is where we're making some changes in our health, in our routines, in our well-being, in order to move forward in the direction we want to. Maybe it's losing weight, maybe it's gaining weight, maybe it's not burning the candle at both ends, maybe it's killing off a bad habit once and for all and moving past it and replacing it with a good habit. But I think, you know, for the Star card to be there, it's going to play an important role in your week this week. And I wanted to, even though I'm not doing it for the other signs, I thought I would be robbing you of some vital information by not sharing this card with you. So yeah, your reading's going a little longer this week. I think it went longer last week. So right now your angels and spirit guides are working overtime to make me work overtime for you. Okay, the star at the top of the card here represents, you know, what you want when you look at your life in the future. and how you act and how you perceive yourself, and how much you weigh and how much sleep you're getting and your exercise program and your fitness level and your overall stamina and your vibration. I mean, that's what that star is representing, the vision of what can be. But we're down at the bottom here and we can see it. It's tangible, it's doable, it's something that we can actually make a goal for and go towards and strive towards those goals and make it realistic and doable in our lives. So in some way, I think that you are going to you're definitely going to be changing something about your lifestyle this week when it comes to your health and well-being. And I just want to make you aware of that because all your cards are very strong this week. I mean, this really should be an hour, hour and a half reading for you with the cards here and what they are telling me. But I try to incorporate as much as possible so that, and it is a general reading, so it's all going to, depending on where you are in your path and what you are aiming for and going for in life, it's going to change with each and every one of you. But I wanted to touch on the generals as much as possible so that you could walk into your tomorrow bursting with energy and stamina and joy and well-being. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.